Okay, so hello everyone. Today let me show you how we can service, clean, bleed our clutch master as well our clutch sleeve. I've noticed that this pedal feels like at times it's getting stuck. And if we take a look at the fluid reservoir, it's very dirty. Actually, it's even dirtier last night when I checked it. I just wiped it off, but it's actually very dirty. You see? Also, before this is going to cause me problems down the road, I'm going to bleed this, clean it up, everything, and I'll show you how. Okay? So the first thing that we would want to do is to, of course, safely secure it on jack stands, the vehicle. And then if we crawl underneath, we can find the clutch sleeve attached to the transmission, and then we're going to bleed it. And there's the bleed screw. Okay, so in order for us not to make a mess, we'll use this plastic hose as well as this bottle in order for us to pump the brake fluid into. So I'll just stick the end of the plastic hose on that bleeder screw. Okay, so I managed to get the plastic hose in as well as the 10mm wrench. We just need to loosen that a little bit, and our bottle is ready. Okay, so that's it. One more. Okay, now all we need to do is to pump our clutch to pump the fluid out. So we're done. And if we take a look at our reservoir, you can see it's very dirty. Okay, so now that we have removed the fluid out, the next thing that we'll do is to remove this hose. Okay, so 14mm wrench. Okay, copper washer below. Okay, now we can remove the clutch sleeve held on by two 14mm bolts. Okay, that's one. This is bolt number 2. Okay, now we can remove the entire assembly out. Okay, so there we get, there's the clutch sleeve. Just so you know, be careful of that thing right there, don't lose that. Okay, come on, focus. Now the next thing that we'll remove is the clutch master. So it's only held on by two believe that's 12mm bolt, one there and one underneath. But before we'll remove the clutch master, we need to take out the control rod attached to our clutch pedal. Okay, I hope you can see that. So I will just undo this pin right here, and then this clip, and then remove the pin out attached to our clutch pedal. Okay, so I managed to pull the clip and the pin out. Sorry, it was very difficult to insert a camera down there. Now we can finally remove the clutch master. Let's take the reservoir first. That way we can have a better access on the bolt, okay, behind it. Okay, so just 10mm bolt. If the hose clamp is loose enough, you can just pull out the container like so. See, you can see it's all the dirt and grime in there. Now let's remove this flared nut. Okay, 10mm. Okay, so now that it's finally out, we can finally remove those nuts, 12mm and one underneath. Okay, Okay. Okay, then the one underneath. Okay, so we can now pull out the clutch master. Okay. So there we go. That's our clutch master. If you look at that, it's very dirty inside. Okay, so this is our clutch master and this is our clutch slave. When you push down on the pedal, it's going to be pushed by a push rod here or control rod. As you see, it's still pumping, like so, and that through this is connected via flare nut through a copper pipe. Down here it's going to enter here, and in so doing, this will push outwards. This is the push rod that is going to push towards the lever on the clutch of your transmission. So we'll take the clutch slave apart first, and you see it's already leaking. Okay, so now we'll disassemble the clutch slave. Be careful not to lose this. Okay, this orientation is like so, and then we will try to take out the piston, okay, and its spring, and that's it. The last thing that for us to remove is the bleeder screw. Okay, so that's it. Let's also remove this push rod on the rubber boot so we can clean it as well. See? Now we'll take care of the clutch master. We'll remove this rubber boot, okay, and now we have lock springs on there. I hope you can see that. Now in order to remove that clip, you just need something like this. Doesn't necessarily have to be something like this, just needs to be hard enough and small enough that you can get it inside the lock like so. Then make sure to hold it down because it has the tendency of flying off. Okay, and then that's there. Then we were able to remove the push rod off. Okay, that's it. Now there's the piston inside our clutch master. Now we remove this one. Okay. Okay. Now ideally we need to replace this. This assembly is going to cost you back at least 200 or 300 pesos, and this rubber boot is going to cost you about maybe 50 pesos. But okay, so I've already cleaned with a angle grinder and a wire brush these things for the push rods. See, it's all clean now. Now by the way, you can adjust this push rod by setting this set screw. Okay, you can unlock this lock nut, okay, and then you can adjust the depth of this push rod. It's either gonna go all the way inside the cylinder or outside depending upon the situation. Okay, so now I'll clean the inside of the cylinder. This is just diesel fuel. Okay, I'm gonna keep doing this until I'm satisfied that everything inside is clean, and then I'm gonna polish the inside of this cylinder as well as on this clutch sleeve. Okay. Okay, so I've got both the clutch slave as well as the clutch master already cleaned up and polished up inside. But as you can see, I don't know if you can see that, but somewhere in the cylinder wall there's already defects inside it brought about by corrosion. So eventually I'm gonna have to replace this, but for now this will have to do. So I'm gonna polish this piston as well. This is for the clutch master. This just worn out scratch bright and diesel. Okay, then the last thing that we'll need to do is to clean this up, and we'll replace this rubber seal. Okay. Okay, so removing this is very easy, just like so. So before we put it in, you would want to lubricate it with brake fluid, but that way it's just going to slide right in. And this one as well, and just push it in like so. Okay, so the only thing that's left for us to do is to assemble everything back like so. Very easy. The rubber boot as well as the push rod, that's going to push on the clutch lever. See? And this thing, okay? So right there. Now as for the clutch master, same procedure. By the way, I also found a replacement. I also managed to replace this. Forgot to show you, but basically it's the same procedure. Lubricate it with brake fluid. Now we're going to install the push rod in and lock it in place with the lock spring. Okay, so just push it in like so. Okay, just change the camera angle and then just push the lock spring in place. Okay, make sure that it just sit well on the groove. It did. So now the rubber boot. What we'll do now is just wrap it with tape, electrical tape, just so it will blend with the rubber boot. Now actually I just want to do this because I want the rubber boot is already loose, and this rubber boot helps keep the dirt from getting inside our cylinder. Okay, so clutch master as well as clutch slave is ready. Clutch master and clutch slave is ready. So before we're going to install this back on our vehicle, use my air compressor. I will use compressed air to try and flush out the remaining old brake fluid inside as well as the dirt. See? Now that the line is clean, the only thing that's left for us to do is to put everything back in place, and then we're going to bleed our clutch system, and I'll show you how. You can do it on your own. So as for the assembly, just do everything in reverse, the way you disassembled it Okay, so everything's back where they should be. Just to inform you, these copper washers needs to be sandwiched. Okay, one here and one here. I already got the hose as well as the 10mm wrench placed on the bleeder screw, and we're going to fill this up with fluid, brake fluid, and then I'll show you how you can bleed this on your own. Okay, so I'm now gonna fill this up with brake fluid. Okay, now what we would want to do is just to loosen the, I hope you can see that, the bleed screw just a little bit. Just open it slightly, make ready. What we would want to do is to pump this, okay, like so. And as soon as you feel that there's already pressure on the pedal, we would want to check if fluid is already coming out of here. Now if we're going to see air bubbles, we're going to keep pumping until we'll see that it's only just fluid that's coming out of here. Pump this, and as soon as I feel, okay, so there's pressure, and then I'm gonna hold it there, and then I'm gonna buttress that pedal with this bar right here. Okay, so we can maintain that position. You can see fluid is already starting to come out of that. So what you would want to do is try to close the bleeder screw again and then pump. Okay, so right now the bleeder screw is closed, then we'll try to pump it again. Okay, so actually it's already working. We'll try to open the bleeder screw again, and should we see that it's all just brake fluid, there's no air bubbles, then it's very difficult to do this with one hand on the camera. Okay, so we're open now. You see it's just brake fluid. So with that on, open, we'll pump it some more. So one last pump until we bleed all the air out. Okay, then hold it in place. Okay, so you see, I hope you can see that it's all just fluid. Excuse my dog. So now we can close the bleeder screw shut, and we can take out the hose. Okay, just like that. Okay, just like that. So now we would want to fill this up again, the reservoir, and then close it. And that's just it. Try to test our clutch, see if the gear engages, and it does. Reverse. So try to put this in reverse, and it's moving. So try to put it on first gear, and it does. So we've done a great job. Now another tip that I can show you is you might want to put something like this. This is just a piece of screw and a washer and some nuts, and this worn out old rubber seal to serve as a cushion. Now what this is for is it serves as a stopper, and I can also adjust the depth or increase its height according to the needs. Okay, this way, see, if you step on the clutch, and as soon as you feel that the gear can already be engaged, there's no more need for you to step any further. Doing so will just cause your rubber seals inside your either the clutch master or the clutch slave to wear out much quickly. Show you, step on that, then it already engages. As soon as I leave on the clutch, it is already starting to move. Anyway, all in all, I do believe that's it. Now there are those who might say that you don't need to do all that, you just need to replace the rubber seal and it will work, and of course it will, but that kind of repair won't last. The most that I can give that kind of repair is only about 6 months. It won't last more than a year, because if you're not going to address the dirt inside it, if you're not going to clean it up, if you're not going to replace the fluid inside it, that dirt is going to rub up against the new seal that you place inside, I mean the corrosion that is on the cylinder is going to rub up against the rubber seal, and that's going to cut into it or slice into it, and then that's going to cause a leak again. So should either the clutch master or the clutch slave has a problem, repair them both, clean them up both, like similar to what I have shown you. The last time I did a repair on this was, I do believe safe to say, 4, maybe even 5 years ago. So if you're only going to replace the rubber seal and not address the dirt as well as replace the fluid inside it, that repair is only going to last at the very most 1 year. So however, if upon inspection of the either the clutch slave or the clutch master, and then you see that there's a deep corrosion or gouges or deep scratches that you see on the cylinder walls, it's best to replace the entire assembly. Okay, this entire assembly will cost you about somewhere between 900 to 1,200 pesos, and the clutch slave is going to cost you somewhere between 500 to 600 pesos. However, as for me, this is all that I can do for now because there is no automotive store that is open. Fortunately for me, I have a few spare rubber seals at hand, so I was able to perform this repair. So anyway, I hope this video helps you out. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.